Hello, I'll be answering WAEC 2019 Chemistry Objective Past Question 4. And the question is, which of the following elements has the highest ionization energy? A. Calcium, B. Fluorine, C. Chloride, and D. Magnesium. Now, ionization energy is one of the properties or characteristics that elements or atoms on the periodic table exhibit, and ionization energy refers to the amount of energy required to remove an electron from each atom in a mole of gaseous atoms, producing 1 mole of gaseous ions with positive charge. Now let me break it down. Basically, ionization energy is the amount of energy that an atom requires to remove an electron, right? To remove 1 electron from its outermost shell from each atom, from each of the atoms in a mole contained from each of the atoms contained in 1 mole of gaseous atoms. So the energy required by the amount of energy required by an atom to remove 1 electron, to remove an electron from each atom in 1 mole of a gaseous atom is referred to as ionization energy. Now, an important fact to note is that the more electropositive an element is, or the atom of an element is, the higher the tendency it is to lose an electron, because electropositive atoms are majorly metals, and basically metals are known as electron donors in reactions. So what I just said basically in simpler terms means that an electropositive atom or an atom of a metal is much more likely to lose electrons than much more electronegative atoms. So looking at the options here, you have calcium, which is basically a metal. You have fluorine, which is a highly reactive non-metal. You have chlorine, which is also another non-metal, and then you have magnesium, which is also a metal. So calcium and magnesium are metals, and because they are metals, they require lower energy. The energy required for them to remove electrons is lower, so they are ruled out of possibly being the answer, because the question is asking which one has highest ionization energy. Now we'll look at fluorine and chlorine. Fluorine is much more reactive than chlorine, and therefore the answer is B. Fluorine is a much more reactive non-metal than chlorine, so the answer is fluorine.